Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2023 Chevy Trax, and we're going to do the front grille chrome duty installation for this vehicle. So this is how the front grille looks before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we used a gloss black material in order to black out the front panel of the vehicle. Link for the product will be provided below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. These are the tools you need for the installation. So before starting with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the front grille. So all we need is water and baby shampoo mixed together in a spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and just start removing any contaminants that the front panel may have. And then once you're done prepping the panel, make sure everything's completely dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to the panel. Okay, so we're going to start off by installing the piece that covers the lower section of the panel. So with this one, you can start by aligning it on this end or on this side. Just wherever you start, you're going to have just a little bit of excess material. So if you start here, make sure you align it on the edge and just follow the inside section of the panel as a guide to align the rest of the film until you reach it here. And if you need to lift it to readjust it, you can. Just make sure you lift it carefully where you don't crease or tear the film. Once you finish placing the film underneath the panel, grab your squeegee and start tacking down the film. Make sure to remove any air that's trapped underneath the film. And also, if you're having trouble tagging it down around the curve, you can always apply a little bit of heat just to help the adhesive activate faster and help the film start molding to the design of the curve. So you can apply a little bit of heat and then squeegee it down little by little. So that should be good. And just help it tack down. And that's pretty much it. And you could help it tack down on the top section of the curve here as well. With this one, there is a small gap here underneath the panel. You could tuck in the film as much as possible, and whatever is still excess material, you would just trim it off. Same process here, there is a small gap. Just insert your blade and carefully trim off the excess material. And once you're done trimming the excess material, we can move on to the next step, which is this section here. Okay, so now we're moving on to this piece of the installation that covers this section and it goes underneath the panel here. So with this one, all we need to do is realign it here and make sure it covers the chrome on the curve here. So if you need to adjust it in order to cover this section, you can. Just lift the film carefully and align it to the edge here. So lift the film, you can place this section down, that way it doesn't dangle all around the vehicle and get contaminants. And just make sure you align it, cover everything here, and you should be good. And you just slowly tack it down, take your time, placing it down. You can always lift it to readjust it, place it, and you can just use your fingers. Go side to side to help it tack down on the curve. And just tack it down. And there you go. If you do have trouble around the edges because of the fingers, just apply a little bit of heat to help it tack down. So once you finish tacking down this section here, lift the film carefully and just finish off installing the rest of it until it reaches here. And this is only covering the lower section of the panel, so keep that in mind. So once you place the film, just grab your squeegee and tack it down. And with this one, you could tuck in the film underneath the grille. That way you have more coverage. And same here, you could tuck in the film underneath the headlight lens. And if you have any little bit of excess material, if you can't tuck it in inside the panel here, carefully trim it off by using the gap that's between the bumper and the front grille. So there is a gap, if you could see, it's just like this right here. So insert your blade and just trim it off carefully, and then just remove it and you should be good. Okay, and now just apply heat to seal all of the edges, and that way we move on to installing the next piece that covers this whole section here. Okay, so now we're moving on to this section of the installation. Place the film down to the panel, and we're going to start by aligning this section of the film right where the emblem is located, so right on the edge right here. So align it there, and make sure you have enough material that covers the lower section here, and you're going to have just a little bit that wraps around on the top section as well. But keep in mind, this is only covering this flat area of the panel. So just lift it carefully, help it align, and if you need to readjust it, you can. Okay, and then just follow it through until you reach it to this end, and then reach it to the other end. So once you finish placing the film to the panel, now we're just going to grab our squeegee, start tightening down everything, making sure we help remove any air that's trapped underneath the film. And then once we finish tightening down everything, we're going to apply heat to seal all of the edges around the film, that way it stays tacked down. And if we have any excess material, let's say for example here, we would just trim it off after we finish applying heat. So first squeegee, apply heat, then trim, and then once we're done, move on to the next piece. So now we're moving on to the top section of the grille. So with this one, place the film down and start by aligning it exactly on the edge here where the emblem is located. So right underneath the panel. Okay, and once you have it aligned, we're just going to finish aligning it using the top half as a guide to align the rest of the film until you reach to that end. So just lift the film carefully. This section of the film is going to go underneath the headlight to cover the chrome section here. So keep that in mind. So lift it, and you can always readjust it. And use the top half as a guide to align the film. So it should be like this, and then just continue on till you reach to the other end. For this section here, to help the film tuck in underneath the headlight, you're going to need to fold it just a little bit and just help it tuck in underneath. So first place this lower section down, that way we could have more control for the top layer. So lift it, fold it just like this, and then you would grab your squeegee and just start tucking it underneath the headlight. And then just continue on until you reach to this end. Just fold it and tuck it in underneath. Once it's finished tack down the rest of the film on that end. Make sure to squeegee at an angle, that way we prevent to crease the film. And make sure to just finish tagging down here, and that's pretty much it. And then once we're done tagging down everything, we're going to apply heat to start helping the adhesive on the film seal and also help seal the edges. And then once we're done, trim off any extra material that we have, and then that should be it. So now we're moving on to covering the section that wraps around the emblem. So it's not going to cover this middle section of the emblem, it's only the lower section and the top section of the outer layer of the emblem. So with this one, start by aligning it on the bottom and just make sure you have enough material to wrap on the top on both sides. And then any excess material will get trimmed off. So help it tack down on top, wrap it on the side, that's pretty much it. And do the same for the other. Apply heat just to help the film start molding to the design of the panel that's underneath here. And then we'll trim off any extra material, and then after that we'll move on to the next piece that covers the side panel. So for the next piece that covers the side section of the emblem, you would have to align this piece right in the center here. You will only have just a little bit of material just to cover this side piece. Remember, it's not covering this section of the emblem, it's only covering this middle section here. So this should be aligned here, and everything else should fall into place here. And then we're going to apply a little bit of heat just to help the film loosen the tension here, and then helping it tack down on this area to cover the rest of the panel here. So hold it, apply heat, and as you're holding the film, just help it tack down under the panel. And if you need to adjust it, you can. Just make sure everything's being covered. And now you'll just apply heat just to help the film tack down to the design of the emblem, and then we'll trim off any extra material that we don't need. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next piece that covers this section of where the emblem is located. So this one is just aligning the film from one end and just helping it tack down up to here. And you are just going to have a little bit of extra material here. This material, we're just going to help it tack down around the curve here by applying just a little bit of heat and helping it sit. And do the same here, apply heat just to help it mold to the design of the emblem. And once this is all set, we move on to the last piece. And once this is done, you will just repeat the same process with the other section, and then we'll move on to post case. Just align it on the top area first, match it to the design, and we're going to slowly help it tack down underneath here. You can apply just a little bit of heat just to help remove the tension that it may have, because it may create some small fingers here. So we need to make sure to apply a little bit of heat to help it sit without creasing the film. Slowly help it tack down side by side, that way we don't crease the film. Hold it and tack it down. And then you can use your squeegee to finish off the rest. And do the same for this side, and then we'll just trim off the extra material that's around this section of the panel. So once you finish with the entire installation for the front grille, the last thing to do is to post heat the entire film. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster, and also if there is some film still lifting, we just apply a little bit of heat to help it tack down. So take your time applying heat evenly throughout the entire panel. You could use the high or the low setting for this part. Just make sure if you use the high setting not to be too close to the film, because you might accidentally burn it. So apply it evenly, and then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. So that concludes the installation video for the front grille chrome delete installation for the 2023 Chevy Trax. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.